back to Yulan's channel. Today we'll be continuing our unit 2.5, which is the influence of drugs on neurofiring. And because we have this video series of AP Psychology, so please follow along if you're interested in either taking AP Psych, because I'll share some experiences in how I took, some strategies I used when I took the test. And also, if you're just interested in psychology in general, please also watch this video series, because this is like a basic intro of some key concept and what are some really important things that you need to know for like the basics of psychology. So yeah, let's start. So here are some key vocab you need to know for this subunit. So first one is, we'll explain all of them as we go through this video. So the first one is substance use disorder, depressants, opiates, nicotine, ecstasy or MDMA, near-death experience, psychoactive drug, addiction, alcohol use disorder, stimulants, cocaine, hallucinogens, THC, tolerance, withdrawal, barbiturates, amphetamines and amphetamine, LSD. So psychoactive drugs refer to any substance that alters our perception and moods. Oftentimes, these substances are illicit or illegal, but it can also sometimes be used for medical purposes. But if illegal uses or over an excessive of drug intake can lead to substance use disorders and addiction. People who suffer from addiction may experience negative withdrawal symptoms when attempting to quit using the substance because their body has grown accustomed to it. Furthermore, the more they use a substance, the more tolerant their body becomes, causing them to take more and more of the substance to achieve the same high. It becomes a whole cycle of addiction, which is really bad because which means it's really, really hard to get rid of the cycle, and it's like an evil thing. Because this evil cycle, and you can't get rid of it because your body doesn't allow you to leave. So yeah, it's really hard to break. We actually consume drugs more than you think. If you drink coffee, tea, or Coke, you are consuming the psychoactive drug called caffeine. However, addiction differs majorly from everyday use. If the drug disrupts someone's life, daily schedule, their habits, or disables them to do something, it becomes a problem and should be looked into by an expert. So drugs can be classified into three main categories. The first one is depressants. So depressants, as the name suggests, is depressed, so it's kind of decreased somehow, and it basically reduces or slower neural activity and body functions. And some examples of depressants are barbiturates and opiates. And also alcohol is the most common depressant you ever heard. It's most commonly used, and it basically slows neural processing, memory disruption, and reduce self-awareness, and also reduce self-control. Basically, you can see alcohol at any social gatherings such as celebrations, birthday parties, or just social parties. However, its effects are drastic, and people often get way too carried away with the consumption of alcohol. The low doses of alcohol relax the drinker by slowing down the sympathetic nervous system, which we mentioned in our last videos on the structure, where the chart of the nervous system, such as central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and what are some sub-nervous system under them. So yeah, check out that video if you haven't. So let's continue. The sympathetic nervous system was slowed down by low doses of alcohol, but large doses cause all of the above, which is slowed neural processing, memory disruption, reduced self-awareness, and reduced self-control. And another key thing is, you'll find it really interesting that alcohol drinkers, the second day they wake up, they'll find they forget everything happened the previous day. That's because alcohol suppresses REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement sleep, and this stage really is where your dream occurs mostly. So yeah, that's probably because they just had no memory of the event. Addiction could lead to alcohol use disorder, which is marked by tolerance, withdrawal, and the need to continue drinking, which is this addiction cycle. Unfortunately, millions of people have this disorder, and it has drastic effects such as shrinking the brain. So your brain actually decreases in size, which is terrible. And our second type, or examples of depressants, are barbiturates. So barbiturates are tranquilizers that suppress the activity of the central nervous system, which include your brain and spinal cord. They are prescribed to reduce anxiety, induce sleep, and prevent seizures. However, the combined use of barbiturates and alcohol is very deadly. And finally, we have opiates. So an interesting fact, so it was like Opiod War happened between China and the UK in the 1800s. And if you want to look more into that section of the history, please search it out in Google. I found this really interesting because it's a great example of how like damages how opiates can impact a person. And basically like everyone in China had opiate use and they couldn't control it because it was so addictive. So yeah, if you're interested, please just search it up. So opiates can also depress neural activity, temporarily lessening the pain and anxiety as well. Opiates such as morphine and heroin stops the production of endorphins, which is the neurotransmitter. And also checked out one of our previous videos on neurotransmitters, and we talk about the effects and functions of endorphins. Endorphins are the body's natural painkiller, and since opiates mimic endorphins, stopping the drug could mean death of by overdose. So what does it mean by opiates mimic endorphins? It's like endorphins has this special function, and opiates basically mimic what it does and replaces the original endorphins. So, which means your endorphins are disappearing. And if you stop taking opiates, the fact that it are having your brain are diminished, you don't have any endorphins left over that you can use. Just really bad. As a result of the pleasure felt by taking opiates, sexually addictive. And our second category, stimulants. Stimulants are another classification of drugs that are known to excite neural activity, which is the opposite of depressants and speed up body functions. Drugs that fall into this category include nicotine, antagonists, methamphetamine, cocaine, ecstasy, and MDMA.